Part of the hatred of the West toward China is racism because they cannot accept that a country that's not white to surpass them economically. Do you agree with that? What's up, everybody? I hope you're all doing good. It's a beautiful day and I am feeling great. So, today we're going to talk about Africa again. It's a passion, it's our motherland, it's amazing, it's a beautiful land. But we have issues, we have fights to fight, we have responsibilities. It's our responsibility to look after our land. Yeah. So, I want to bring to your attention about Fred Mbembe, one interesting person, a very interesting figure from Zambia, journalist with so much qualifications, very interesting person. So Zambian journalist known as Fred Mbembe. He received numerous international awards for his reporting. In 2002, International Press Institute named him as one of the most emphatic people in freedom heroes. So first we're going to watch what he has to say, then we're going to make comments. Let's see.
It's not China per se. It's the interests of the Americans that are being threatened with a world that is more equal.
Obviously, he's making a comment here about something very interesting, a question that was asked to him. What is threatening the world right now? Is it China that's threatening the world, or what is it?
That is more fair, that is more just. They can't survive in that world because their methods of existence are based on plundering other nations, on humiliating other nations.
So Fred says the West cannot stand the fact that the world is going to the direction it is going. Equal direction, where it's fair like it's supposed to be fair. They don't like that. Do you agree with him?
They can't survive in that world because their methods of existence are based on plundering other nations, on humiliating other nations, on exploiting other nations. It sets one humble nation against the other. When it doesn't have a hand in it, it doesn't work to resolve those conflicts. It works to perpetuate those conflicts. When the world is divided, it becomes easier to exploit.
Wow. When the world is divided, it becomes easier to exploit.
It becomes easier to plunder.
Those are bars. When the world is divided, it becomes easier to exploit. It becomes easier to plunder. And that's truth. Isn't that what we're living right now? What we've lived in the past with our tribes being separated, with our countries being cut the way they are today. I mean, look at them. Look at Congo and Uganda. Look at Sudan, Kenya. Look at the way it is. I mean, Africa was just a big land. We need to say it. As much as there were many many tribes and ethnic groups that lived all over the place, Africa was just a big land where people lived happily with each other. You know, this person from this side will go to the other side and go marry. Person from this tribe will go to the other tribe and go marry and have a family. Now today, what do we have to do? We need visas for each other. We need visas to go see you, say hi. We never used to be that way. So divide to plunder. So they've put us into boxes, like your box name is Uganda. Your box name is Namibia. You are in this box. You can only take care of this box. Whatever happening in this box, that's what concerns you. What happens in the other box doesn't concern you. Your box is called South Africa. That's not how we used to be. Let's continue.
This is the country that benefits from wars. It prospers from wars. It creates wars as a business. If no conflict arises naturally, they create it. Look at Iraq today. 20th anniversary. What is happening to the Iraqi oil money? When Iraq sells oil, all the money goes to the USA.
Wow. When Iraq sells oil, all the money goes to the USA. I'm not 100% about that, but that's a very interesting statement.
Is Iraq independent?
Is Iraqi independent? That's a very good question, fellas. I mean, let's get back to the point. They say they were going to Iraq to bring democracy because Saddam Hussein, according to George Bush at the time, was a vicious dictator that was taking lives like nothing on earth. And there was what they called a program of massive destruction weaponry that they obviously never found. And I believe Tony Blair came openly, like Malema said, to apologize. He said this was a big mistake. Is Iraq independent now? After the bombing, after the destroyed, after the killing, after destruction, is Iraq a happy country now? You respond to it.
Is Iraq sovereign? Iraq today is a colony of the USA. They say, do unto others as you would like them to do unto you. Does the USA do unto others as it would like them to do on itself?
Very interesting question.
Look at what they did to Saddam Hussein. Look what they did to Muammar Gaddafi in Libya.
Muammar Gaddafi, let's just make a comment about this man. They called him a dictator, a vicious, destructive, gruesome person. The truth is, fellas, you can do your own research and find this out. Libya was a pretty much very free country where people benefited from many things from the government. Actually, in Libya, once a couple got married and had a child, they were given an apartment, for free, and $5,000 to take care of themselves. Libya was a country where whoever wanted to act in agriculture would receive help from the government for free. Would receive a trainer, somebody to help you actually better yourself as a farmer. They will give you machineries, they will give you trucks, they will train you to do whatever you have to do. Libya was a country that never had water. It was dry, very dry. But with Gaddafi, he did a tremendous program of irrigation, bringing the water from the sea to the land, making the place livable. Libya was a country where people now paid tax. Nobody paid tax. I know you're crying for your tax. I'm a taxpayer. Oh, my money's going. Yeah, Libya never had that problem. Your tax was your money. You work for your money, that's it. Tax-free money. Libya was a country where whichever person, whoever needed a treatment, let's say you were sick and you needed treatment, and your treatment could only be provided in a different country, in a foreign country, let's say in Europe or Italy. The government will pay the flight, will pay the amount that's required for you to get treatment in Italy with no repayments whatsoever. That was Libya. They called undemocratic. Is democracy really better than anything else? Is there no other ways? Maybe the goal was to prevent the world from discovering that there are alternatives to democracy. How about that?
Look at what they do to other people's leaders. Look even at the attitude, the arrogance towards other people. They never respect the leaders of other countries.
They never respect the leader of other countries.
China is working to free other people and free itself from being plundered, from being humiliated. Part of the hatred for China is racism.
Wow. Part of the hatred for China is racism. So it means what?
They cannot accept that a country that is non-white can surpass them economically.
How do you feel about that? Part of the hatred of the West toward China is racism, because they cannot accept that a country that's not white to surpass them economically. Do you agree with that?
And in so many areas of human achievements, of human endeavor, they can't accept that. But it is happening. It's unstoppable.
Some people may say that this man, Fred Mbembe, was very interesting. Let me reread whatever he is again. He's a journalist from Zambia and a president of a political party. In 2018, he founded the Socialist Party, splitting from the Rainbow Party. He was the party candidate for president in 2021, Zambia general election, and still president of the Social Party. So what we can do here, what we can hear here, or what we can expect some people to say, he's probably a puppet from China, right? It's very easy to say this guy is just throwing in propaganda from China. But maybe he is. We don't know. We can't confirm it. But is he telling lies when he's talking about what happened in Iraq? Is he lying when he's talking about Libya? Is he lying when he's talking about disrespect toward other leaders of the world? Because this is what it is. Most of the time, it's like you are given a script. This is how you're going to run your country. If you're not running your country this way, you are undemocratic. Therefore, we need to bring democracy in your country and save the people. But obviously, you know the procedure. Is he lying? Is China the liberator? Maybe not. I don't necessarily agree with that, because Africa does not need another colonizer. We need partners, people we can work with, people we can progress with, people we can sit together and respect each other. We don't need people who will try to mingle into our business and tell us how to live, what to believe, what's tradition to adopt. We need partners. And thus far, as much as China has done many good things in many African nations, building roads, fixing ports. The fight we're witnessing right now is the fight of two poles. It's the West and the other side. In the meantime, I think Africa should be very careful with the choices they make. God bless.